pro tip from a semi-pro, make sure and turn your dials back down to your zero line after you're done with every stage, so that you're never guessing, especially on optics that don't really have zero stops or that you're just not familiar with, and that are an MOA when you're used to mills and a whole other bunch of excuses. Anyway, this is not about the Arkin EP8 today, although we are sponsored by Arkin Optics. So shout out to those guys. Thanks for making great budget priced optics that everybody can afford and that hit above their weight class for sure. Today is actually about this chassis, and this is the Ultradyne precision chassis. It's got 1, 2, 3 M-LOK slots up here. They have versions with 5 and with 7, and you know, your prices increase as you go. They come pretty much slick without a buttstock, because they figure you can choose whatever kind of AR platform, you know, buffer tube type of precision rifle stock that you want. They do sell their own, which is what I'm using today. It is proprietary. I'll get into that. The chassis is the thing I want to talk about, and this is my kind of first run with it here. I am down in Florida at Altus, and I'm just kind of putting it through its paces. Now, this rifle is just a standard Remington 700 SPS. It was chambered in 223. It is now in 223 Wild. The barrel is a you know, kind of an MTU type contour, 16-inch long 223 Wild that I had spun up by Hunt's Long Range. I've got the dead air can out on front, running Atlas Cal bipod. I've got the MK machining vertical grip here. I'm using the Accurate mag, made specifically for 223 or 5.56. And again, I've got the Arkin EP8 low power variable optic up on top. Now for precision work, I'm going to choose something a little bit different. If it's past, say, 500 yards or so, I'm only shooting to 500 yards today. The footage you saw at the very beginning, the full-size IPSC, I believe, was at like 530 yards or something like that. No troubles with the LPVO at 8 power hitting those targets. I can see them fine. It's just spotting that 223 splash out at that distance through an LPVO. Not super easy. Would have been better to have a 5-25 or something precision if that's what I wanted to do. But I want to give you a few things that I love about this chassis, and maybe a couple of things that I would change if I were the guy making the call. So the number one thing that I like about this is the price. I'll put it up on the screen to be certain of what it is, but you're in the 400-ish price range for this chassis, and you can get the spigot mount out here so that you can extend it out. But if a guy was using it for a lightweight hunting rig and you were just going to shoot it, you know, positional off of a tripod out in the field, the fact that it's got this ARCA built in to the bottom, milled into the bottom, you know, which is my number 2. Price is number 1. 2 is the ARCA milled into the bottom of the chassis, so that you can run it on a tripod at the balance point of the rifle with no trouble. It really is quite nice. You wouldn't even need to add the spigot out on the front if you didn't ever intend to shoot prone with it, which, you know, field shots in a hunting type situation are rarely taken prone. So I do like that. It's also, you know, just compatible with all of your standard AICS style magazines and short actions. Remington 700, I believe they make them for Savage and something else. I'll put that up on the screen as well. You can obviously run whatever trigger you want. You can run whatever grip you want. You can run whatever buttstock you want. You can really customize them out. So that's the third thing that I just really like about the Ultradyne chassis, is that you can customize the things, right? And you can do it on the cheap. And that's important these days with Biden's economy. Let's face it, we need to be on the cheap as much as we can. And so I like products that cost less money but do equally as good a job as some other things. These guys also sell weight kits that you can attach to the sides of these. If you need to get your balance point just right, you can add weights. They sell muzzle brakes as well. They're well known for years now in the 3-gun community for selling muzzle brakes. So shout out to that. The buttstock is probably one of my main downsides, and it's just that it's proprietary, guys. Like the back part of this tube, this buffer tube, has a very coarse threading on it. It's actually threaded, and that's kind of the way that you can extend and shorten your length of pull a little bit. It's not a bad concept at all. It's just that, well, what if you can't get it just right? I don't know. I just would prefer a buttstock that has the adjustments built in to the end of the buttstock in the form of pins or whatever, something that I can just slide in and out quickly and easily, you know, in the field to make adjustments as needed. Not something where I have to get an Allen key out, unscrew it, thread the thing out, reset the set screw. Like, I don't want to have to do that, right? Same with the cheek piece. Now you can get just a little thumb wheel, but right now this one just came with a little set screw in the side. I got to get an Allen key out, back that out, adjust the cheek piece, tighten back down, you know, whereas you want to be able to adjust those things quickly. Now, I did add this side folder. I'm brain farting on the brand right now, what this thing is called, but for sure it it adds a little bit of slop. This is not on Ultradyne, this is on me, but this is one of these guys, you got a button underneath and you rotate this and the buttstock comes completely off quickly. Now, this was designed for ARs, not precision rifles, and it does have a little bit of play in there that I don't like. It adds a little bit more wobble into the system that we don't want for precision shooting. But again, that's not on Ultradyne, that's me on adding this. I could just take this off, thread the buffer tube right back into the precision rifle chassis from Ultradyne, and we'd be good to go. But I liked the idea of either a side folder or something that I could disconnect quickly. So Rab AB or something like that is what this is called. It's kind of handy. So guys, all in all, this is a really nice system. I'm gonna do another video with this chassis, not this chassis, but I've got the 7 slot. It's in a really cool Cerakote red. If you go to the Ultradyne chassis website, you'll see that they offer these chassis in all different kinds of Cerakoted colors. Really, it's pretty cool what they offer over there. So I'm going to get that other chassis put together into a precision rifle chassis, whereas this is just more of your, you know, it's more of your truck gun, so to speak, or your kind of quick, lightweight, easy to wield hunting rig for, you know, inside of 300 or 400 yards or something like that. Hogs, coyotes, I mean, even deer, that sort of thing. So really not a lot of complaints. The accuracy is there. I'll put it up on the screen, but I was getting, you know, about 1 MOA. This can has always produced larger groups for me. If I take this can off, the groups would shrink. I'm running the Burger 77 grain batch grade ammo through this thing, and that stuff shoots pretty tight. According to the Garmin, I was getting about 2,650 feet per second. It was shooting 1 inch, just barely sub 1 inch, something like that, with my groups that I shot with the can on. And again, if I took the can off, those groups would tighten up. Hopefully you appreciated the quick overview of the Ultradyne chassis, and hit them up and make sure you tell them that that Precision Rifle Network sent you. I don't have any kind of a coupon code for them that I remember. If I do, I'll throw that up on the screen as well. I'm getting old, you guys, you know, my brain doesn't work so well anymore. Hit up our other sponsors if you haven't already. MK Machining, PRN10, Coltac, PRN10, Axle Hearing Protection, PRN15, or just follow the link. They got 40% off over there for axle hearing protection right now. Give us a subscribe, and at the bare minimum, a thumbs up so that we know that you like the content. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos from Precision Rifle Network.